I didn't believe any of it. That's presenting entertainment, first of all, and both of those pieces of entertainment had a viewpoint. But you don't necessarily have to accept the viewpoint.
You don't even have to go to see the movie.
You don't even have to go to see the movie. That's another point where there's no coercion involved there. It's a very different thing from saying prayers in public school, which is coercive. And the courts have decided it is, so you can't do that anymore. But they used to when I was a kid.
A church school can do that all they want.
Well, I'm fond of telling people when the subject of school prayer comes up and the fact that they still do it in Louisiana, it's just a matter of whether we catch them or not. We, depending on, let's just leave who we are out of it, but when I grew up in New York State, and I'm old enough to have been in school prior to Engel versus Vitale, the decision in 1961 that made saying prayers in school was declared unconstitutional. So prior to that, school day started in my school, in public school in upstate New York, with, they said the Lord's Prayer. And then this decision came down, and the teacher came in the next day and said, Supreme Court says we can't pray in school anymore, so we will no longer pray in school, and they never did ever again.
I see. And what kind of, was this a church school or a public school?
No, public schools, I said.
Okay, all right. Well, of course, the Catholic schools have every right to have as much religion in their classes as they want to, except for the question of vouchers, when taxpayers' money is paying for children who may not be Catholics to go to a Catholic school because they do have, good education there. But isn't that violating a person's constitutional rights?
I want to let Doug speak,
like to focus on
I think we're getting off the topic a little bit, and we are getting into church-state issues. But the point I was making about school prayer wasn't the legal issue. It was the coerciveness.
Yes, well,
that's what I object to. I object to anybody using coercive means to impose their views on someone else.
Having a holier-than-thou attitude.
Pushing
their religion.
Their
point of view.
I can't control their attitude, but I can control their actions.
Yes.
At least I want to be able to.
If I could just answer Michael's point where we do disagree, and that's Michael. Mm-hmm. Michael says that people can believe whatever they want. That's where I draw the line. Of course, I respect people. I don't respect their religious beliefs in any way, shape, or form. And also, I don't respect their right to believe whatever they want. I believe that people have a responsibility to have a fundamental, basic knowledge of science. They need to know how a combustion engine works.
A responsibility to whom?
To humanity. Because for example, let's take Jesus Christ was born of a virgin and was crucified and came back to life. Let's take that basic premise, which I, of course, don't believe in any way, shape, or form.
Which millions or billions of people accept. All right.
On first sight, you say, what problem is that to have someone that disagrees with that perspective?
That's a good question.
That is the basic premise for the whole abortion issue, stem cell research ban. It's because this perfect being was born of a virgin and crucified and went up to this great place called heaven. I want to go to heaven too, which means to say that when a sperm and an egg are fertilized in a womb, that's a human being, and that should go to heaven too.
What you're saying is correct, but why shouldn't they be allowed to believe that if they want to believe it?
Because that, even though it looks on the surface, it's a completely innocent situation. That, down the road, the inconsistency and the illogic and the irrationality leads to persecution of women and women not having the right to choose, people out there with Alzheimer's and various other diseases.
So you're opposed to the persecution, not to the fact that they believe something.
But the very basis is because of their belief. They're irrational.
See, I can't agree with that.
Well, I didn't think you would, because another thing you wrote to me. You says I have respect for the right of people to believe absurd things.
Sure do.
And you want to expand on that?
Yeah, we could take something. We take it away from religion for a minute and take ghosts. A lot of people believe in ghosts.
Yeah,
even non-religious people.
If there was I had to kill my brother because there's a ghost in the room that says that.
It's an absurd, scientifically absurd belief. Okay.
Some people say that.
I don't get all upset because people believe that. It would only be if they were trying to force me to believe along with them, or started passing legislation that relied on, let's say, that ghosts could testify in court as to what they saw. Yeah, that then I'd have a problem.
Well,
I take something you folks probably don't know about me. I spent a lot of time back in my New York days with friends who were Tibetan Buddhists, and learned quite a lot about that philosophy. I hesitate to call it a religion, since it's, first of all, non-theistic. But I do like some of the things that are part of Buddhism. And one of them is the Buddha said, "Who am I to choose to question another person's path?" And Buddhists do not evangelize. In fact, it is part of their belief system that they do not do that. That doesn't mean that a Buddhist, if you ask him, what do you think about this, that he's going to say, "Well, I can't tell you." He's not going to do that. He's going to tell you what he thinks.
But if they believe it, they should be able to stand up and give you evidence and rational reasons behind that belief. I'm not going to hold a gun to someone's head and say, "You cannot believe in Noah."
Don't they have the right to believe something that cannot be proven? That's what faith is. Why don't they have the right?
I guess we're hanging up on the word "the right." Of course,
yes, because
I can't. As I said, I can't force a gun to their head and say, "You will not believe in."
You say they owe it to civilization or something.
Yes, they do, because it's a dangerous situation.
It's only dangerous when they act upon it.
Let me give you an example.
The actions.
There's a woman called Sarah Palin that almost became the president of the United States.
She didn't even come close.
Well, all right. She
was vice president of the United States. She believes in the rapture. She believes in there's going to be some Armageddon in Israel.
Okay.
And then, do you think a woman like that, even becoming close to being president of the United States, that's the responsibility of humanity to make sure that doesn't happen? And the way to do it is
you have every right to vote against her, but you don't have the right to say she can't hold those beliefs.
But I do have the right to say to someone that is going to vote to her, do you believe in the rapture? Do you honestly believe Jesus Christ is going to come back? I do have that right.
So what we are really getting around to is that we, as non-believers, fully support the education of the populace,
right?
As opposed to trying to convert them.
Anyone that has any belief, they should be able to stand up and tell people why they have that belief.
No, I don't think that's not incumbent upon anyone to be there's no requirement that you have to be able to explain your belief to someone.
There's no legal requirement, but I believe there should be a social.
I don't think there's a social requirement.
I don't think there's a social requirement either.
No.
Take the ghosts again. People who believe in ghosts, did they have to explain about how I've seen one, or I know this to be true because no.
But if all my family, if I believed in ghosts and I made all my family believe in ghosts, and then I went and killed your brother because this ghost told me to, wouldn't you be worried about my family? I've been telling my family because they're going to go and kill someone.
Killing my brother is a crime. Believing in ghosts is not, and should not be.
But
it never should be.
It's the seed where it comes from.